This video is not suitable for audiences under 13 years of age. Hello everyone, Mixfant Gaming here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're taking a look at some more test server action. This test server, again, we're looking at the remastered version. Looks like we have a few things that have changed this time. So it looks like they've added the Spectre. They've added the Scavenger Griffin, the Lancelot, and the Tyr. The Falcon was there last week. I haven't seen any new weapons added. It still just looks like the kinetic weapons, the rockets. There's been really nothing else in there. I don't know about maps, so let's just go quickly into a custom game and let's see if they've actually added any maps. So instead of random maps, just pick domination, and so we still have canyon and power plant apparently. So we're just gonna drop into a game here, and we're just going to see how these bots actually function and look on the battlefield. But before we do that, let's quickly look at the bots that have been added. So let's look at the Spectre here. So I really like this paint job for the Spectre. It's actually a lot more crisp and clean on the remastered version than it is in the live server. And the live server one looks pretty damn good. But this one, it's just a little bit more vibrant. So this is the standard view of it. This is the crimson paint job. This is the Hornet. Never was a fan of the Hornet, to be perfectly honest. We just saw the neon, and this is the marvelous paint job. They all look very, very clean, and they actually have done some work to them. They have been remastered, so to speak. Okay, so we go back here. Let's look at the next spot here, which is the Scavenger Griffin, which does not have any other paint jobs because it was a special model. And it looks even better than the other one. I've never run the Scavenger Griffin before, but I do like how that looks. Okay, so let's look at, so we've already seen the Falcon last week, so we won't go through it. Let's look at the Lancelot here. Here is the standard view of it. The Astro paint job. The Golden Bear. The Reaper, which is the one I will be running in my games. I do like that one quite a bit. And finally the military one. And it is a tank, and so the military theme paint job for that is quite appropriate. So we go back here, and finally the last one, they've added a healing bot, the Tyr, into the game. And unfortunately the Tyr doesn't have any paint jobs, so this is just a standard one we're going to have to run. I thought the Tyr had some kind of paint jobs in live server, but maybe it's one of those bots that haven't really had any paint jobs. Or maybe they just haven't added them to the remastered version. But anyways, so that's a quick look at the bots that have been added. So let's hop into a game here and see what we can come up with. Hopefully my interface settings work a little bit better and I don't get quite as much lag as I did last time. Again, as I've mentioned before, I am running this on an older device. This is a device I actually use for the live test servers, and it can handle that perfectly fine. And I've been shocked over the last 2 or 3 remastered test version cycles that this device has not been holding up, despite Pixonic's claims that it should work better on older devices since it is the lower performance version of the game. So let's hop into a game here and let's see how it goes. So just waiting for a match to come up here. I know last weekend I waited, I think it was 10 or 11 minutes before I got a match. So I'm just going to say I will pause it out here, and I will come back once it has found a match. And we have found a match. That didn't take extremely long as well, about a minute or so. Okay, so here we go. We are back on Canyon. So let's start with the Scavenger Griffin. We have a little bit of range, and we are on Beacon Rush. And am I going to drop in? The match has already started. Why haven't I not dropped in? What's going on here? Okay, Pixonic, you definitely have some work to do here. I pressed my button a long time ago. Why haven't I not dropped in? Finally. Wow. I can already tell I have low frame rates. Already tell. So what do we have over here? Oh, he's jumping. Look at the delay for that jump. Holy. Man, it is, the lag and choppiness is horrible. Wow. Absolutely horrible. I might just have to eventually go over to using my main device to try to use test server, because I can't play like this. I literally can't. Jump in here, see if we can hit this falcon somehow, because I can't see because of all the frame rate drops. Oh, look at that. We're already 4-capped. Already 4-capped. Might have to play another game here so I can use some other bots. I'm gonna have to try. Look at that! You just see how long I was on the ground with those flames in my back before the Griffin actually jumped. Horrible, absolutely horrible. Let's drop into Lancelot. Oh, I can't play. I can't play like this. Absolutely horrible. So let's use my rush ability here. I can't even aim. Literally, I can't even aim. I can't. It's horrible. I don't even think I'm going to play another game. I can't play like this. I mean, this is supposed to be the low performance settings, and it is absolutely ridiculous. I'm trying to go over here see if we can get this beacon, at least. So I'm going to grab the beacon here. That's good. Holy crap. This is really, really bad. I can't... I honestly, I literally cannot play. Since the second of dropping in, it's been absolutely horrible. The frame rates are just absolutely ridiculous. This has got to be like almost like 20 frame rates per second or something, if even that. Like, wow, like, I can't aim because of it. Look at just how bad it is. I can't even believe I got that kill. Wow, like the graphics are just... I think because of all the visual effects on all the graphics, and they've added more bots to the server, I don't think the device can handle it. It really is horrible. Like, I look at just how choppy it is. Like, you can't even aim. You can't predict where the opponent's going to be, because you can't see the fine-tuned adjustments they're making so that you can counter them. See, like, my bot just disappeared off the screen because of all the lag. And I think there's somebody behind me someplace. And why did I jump straight up? I jumped off to the angle. Wow. This is ridiculous. I can't even turn and aim. Like, it's so bad. Like, holy. Like, come on, Pixonic. Like, you said this is supposed to be the low setting one. It's not. It's absolutely ridiculous. I can't even aim in the air because I can't adjust for the lag and the choppiness. And that's probably, like, look at that Falcon just jumping all over the place because of this horrible frame rates, and I don't know what else to say. You know, everything looks so good that it has to be hampered by this. I mean, like, everything looks phenomenal. It's just, you can't play like this. Heal these guys if I can. I think that guy just destroyed himself. I don't know. I can't even tell anymore. Well, somehow it looks like we've won. Wow. I'm probably, if I have time, I might try to do my main device to see how it operates. But I'm purposely trying to use this device, this older device, because it is supposed to be the low performance settings. And I'm trying to do an appropriate job testing. But as you could see there, it was just absolutely horrible and ridiculous. I mean, when I first started having lag a few test sessions ago, it was bad. And then last week it got even worse. And now this week it's just completely unplayable. Literally unplayable. So anyways, that's going to be my feedback. Like, everything looks phenomenal. And I've said before that, you know, I wish they would tone down some of the kinetic weapon visuals, like the smoke spread. I think they might have toned it down a little bit. It was hard to tell on this particular test server just because of the performance issues I was having. But the main complaint, they really have to do something about this performance, this frame rate drop, the choppiness, the lag. And there's not a lot of people on the server. It's not like I'm going into a match and I'm finding a match within 5 seconds. It's taken 1-2 minutes. Last week it took 11 minutes for me to find a match. So there's not a lot of bandwidth being taken up on the server itself. Not a lot of processing going on. So they have to do something to address it. If they're saying this is the low performance settings, then they need to somehow scale it back or give us options maybe to disable some of the graphics. Because I think that's what's happening, is a lot of the visual graphics is taking up a lot of the processing power on the devices. And even though it might technically run on an older device, it will not run optimally on an older device. So to me, given the test server the way it is right now, you need almost a premium device to run it just on its low performance settings. I really am not sure how the ultra settings are going to be on devices. I mean, if you need a fairly high-end device just to run this low performance settings, you're going to need probably some of the best flagship phones out there to run the ultra settings. This device I'm using right here, it has OpenGL 3.1. And they said in their documentation that the ultra settings needs a minimum of OpenGL 3.0, which this device has. But as you could tell, it can't even run the low performance settings. Not if it's the client application itself that's causing it on my device, then of course you're going to need a stronger device just to run the lower performance settings. If it's the server doing it, then they really need to clean things up, because I couldn't play it at all. I'd like to play another game, but I'm not going back into that complete chaos and mess. Anyway, so that is my feedback. If they're going to market this as a low performance settings version, they need to somehow tweak it so that it will run a little bit better and more optimally on older devices. I'm not saying it should be running on a device that's 10 years old. This particular device I'm using is about 3.5 years old. It still works extremely well for the live server currently. So why should it not be able to run the low performance settings? So something needs to be done there. Anyways, that's my feedback. If you happen to like this content, please give me a thumbs up. I am getting ever so close to that 500 sub mark. I think I checked just this morning. I was at 471. So I need 29 more subs. So if you haven't already subbed, please do so. It helps me out greatly. And until next time, cause some mayhem on the field for me.